So thank you, David, and thank you everyone for coming today. I'm a little bit embarrassed. Whenever I tell my story, I say I'm the luckiest bloke alive, and I owe that to quite a few people. One, and first and foremost, it's my wife. She was the one who said to me, Rob, I think you should go and see the doctor. It's been 20 years since you visited a GP. Our son's about to turn 21, and you hadn't seen the doctor since he was born. So I took her advice and I went to the Process Medical Centre, which had just opened up, hoping that it would be 2 to 3 weeks before I could see a doctor. Thankfully, I walked in on a Friday afternoon, and the receptionist said to me, take a seat, the doctor will be with you shortly. The doctor walked out and he got within 3 metres of me and said, Rob Manning? I said, yes. He goes, you're a very sick man. And I said, I don't feel sick. What are you saying? Nice to meet you too, Doc. And he said, well, why the fat belly and what's that spot in your eye? And I said, I probably eat too much, drink too much, and maybe don't exercise enough. And he said, no, you've got a problem with your liver. So 6 vials of blood later, MRI and ultrasound. Got the text on a Monday morning and it was called the surgery for your results. So I rang and said, I need to speak to Dr. Soleimani, please. And I said, just a moment. He said, Rob, I need to see you. I said, fantastic. I can see you on Thursday because I'm in Melbourne tomorrow and Wednesday. He said, you're not listening, I need to see you. Pack a bag, we're off to the Royal North Shore Hospital. That afternoon I was checked in and spent 2 weeks there. The following 9 months, lots of emotion, and then 19th of December, after being released from Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, I wound up, as some of you may have read, naked and confused, and ended up in a coma for 2 weeks. Woke up on the 2nd of January, the luckiest man alive, because someone else's journey had come to an end, and despite the fact that there was COVID in place and lockdowns, my wife hadn't seen me more than a day and a bit since the 1st of December. Someone's family said yes, and that saved my life. And since then, I won't bore you with the details of the story, but my dad, who'd been dead for 6 years, told me, Rob, when you get out of here and you will, you've got a job to do. Tell people they're not 6 foot tall and bulletproof like you thought you were. You have to go and tell people to see their GP. Tell people that you want to be a donor. And go and see the politicians and get them to change the laws. I said, who do I need to speak to? He said, you'll work that out, you're a smart kid. So I did. So I got out of hospital and I've spent the last 9 months working, firstly to introduce myself to David, and then when I reached out to Adam, he sent me a copy of his donor card. And they've both been amazingly supportive. But I look around the room and I see Tim and Justin and Catherine, I'm pretty sure. So, no? But there are a number of politicians who have become very supportive. I look around the room and I see all the people that do amazing work in this sector. I've met so many awesome people who do wonderful work on the stiff of an oily rag. And there are others, who make such a difference with a scalpel. There are others who make a difference with research. And when we look at the things that are needed, David's mentioned about consent, but we also need to look at the policies and procedures that govern our hospital. So I'm looking at Ryan and thinking we need to spend a lot more time harmonising the processes and policies across hospitals so that every hospital is judged the same way. So without further ado, I might just introduce you to Michael Gramo, because I speak from a recipient's point of view, but what I've understood is without the consent, donors don't happen. Right? Someone's journey has come to an end, and it doesn't matter whether they're registered, unless the family say yes, people like me die. And it's only people like Michael and his wife Kylie who made one of the most harrowing decisions, because even with the registered donors, only 40% of the donors in a deceased situation are on the donor register. The number of people who are not registered, who the families are still asked and give consent, are people like Michael, because Nathan wasn't on the register because he wasn't 16 yet. So Michael, can I get you just to tell Nathan's story and the importance of families when it comes to consent?